Hi team, thank you for watching. Today I am going to be talking about protein, the importance of protein, why I give you a protein goal, and some of my favorite protein foods. Doesn't mean you have to eat these foods, it's just what helps me stay on track with hitting my own protein goal, so maybe you'll find some things that you like and maybe some of it will help you. First, I want to talk about the importance of protein. So protein is a macronutrient. There are 3 different macronutrients. There are carbs, fats, and proteins. Those are what our body uses as energy, and our body uses protein to rebuild muscles. So it's really important, especially when you are doing a training program, for your body to be able to rebuild itself. When you work out, you are literally creating tiny tears in your muscle fibers. So if you have enough protein, your muscles are able to rebuild themselves. When they rebuild themselves, they're gonna be stronger and they're gonna be bigger because they build layers on top of layers, okay? So protein is really important so that you can rebuild those muscles and so that you can build new muscles. It's also good for a lot of other things. It helps with satiety, so you're gonna feel full longer if you're eating enough protein, which really helps if you're in a caloric deficit. You don't wanna feel hungry all the time, you wanna feel like you have energy, you wanna feel good. Having a lot of protein can really help with that. So the 3 macronutrients that we have, carbs, fats, and proteins, there's gonna be a little bit mixed in every single type of food. You're probably gonna have some carbs, you're probably gonna have some fats, you're gonna have some protein, right? The foods that we consider protein foods have more protein than any other macronutrient. Same thing with our fatty foods, they have more fat than any macronutrient. Same thing with our carbs, they have more carbs than any macronutrient, but they probably have all 3. There are ways to find protein only, so they have like 0 fat, maybe a little bit of carbs, and that's really what I try to find, just so I can keep my calories low while still hitting my protein goal. Because a lot of protein high foods also can have a lot of fat. Like if you think about beef has a lot of fat unless you get like the 93% lean beef, right? If you think about eggs have a lot of fat. Cheese has a lot of fat. There are ways around that, which is what I'm going to show you. So I'll take you through the meals that I typically eat in a day. I keep everything pretty consistent unless like I go out for dinner or something like that. So let's start with breakfast. I eat a big breakfast. It's probably close to my largest meal of the day because I do most of my training in the morning. So I teach at City Row Monday through Friday every morning. And I usually do my own training in the mornings as well. So it's important for me to fuel up for the day so that I can have energy for City Row and my own workout. Now I'll eat a snack in between so I can refuel before I hit my own workout, but that's kind of my routine. Lower calorie meals at night because I'm doing less. I don't need as much energy. I can slow my body down. I'm getting ready for bed. And I sleep great not having a giant meal right before bed. I always start my day with protein oats. I know you have seen these on my Instagram stories because I am obsessed with them for multiple reasons. Number 1, when I eat regular oats, my blood sugar crashes every time. This is the first protein that I've had where it doesn't crash. So I don't know if it's lower carbs or if it's the more protein. I'm not sure what is helping me, but I love it and I'm gonna stick with it. So here is the nutrient label. It has 220 calories. There at the top you can see total fat. Lower down right here you can see total carbs and then protein at the bottom. So this is still a carb source because it has mostly carbs in it. Yeah, it does have a high amount of protein and it does have a little bit of fat, right? So it's got all 3, but mostly carbs. To go with my oats, I always have an omelet. I use egg whites. For 1 egg white that is considered an egg is only 25 calories, but it has 5 grams of protein, 0 grams of fat, and less than 1 gram of carbs. So a whole egg has more fat, the same amount of protein, and more calories because it has more fat. So it's 70 grams per egg. So this is a great addition to your breakfast. You don't have to replace whole eggs with this. Whole eggs are good for you. They're important. They have a lot of minerals and vitamins and micronutrients that our bodies need. So please keep eating your whole eggs. But you can add in egg whites to get even more protein. I also add turkey breast to my breakfast. This turkey breast is a protein source. It has mostly protein. It's 8 grams per serving, 3 grams of carbs, and half a gram of fat. And then I add cheese. I like this cheese just because it holds everything together. It keeps the turkey breast onto the egg, and it's just kind of gooey and warm, and it's so good. I'm actually lactose intolerant, so I have to be careful with how much cheese I add. I only add half of a serving of this, just to kind of sprinkle it on. It is fat-free. So I had been looking for fat-free cheese at Hy-Vee for so long, and I think I just kept missing it because I'm sure they've always had it. But I finally found it, and I was so excited. So this actually has 9 grams of protein per serving, 0 grams of fat, and 2 grams of carbs. So if you really care about your protein intake, you want to keep the fats low, the carbs low, this cheese is a great option. Would not give it a 10 out of 10 for taste though. Another protein snack that I have is a protein shake. I pair this with a piece of fruit as well, usually a banana, sometimes an apple or an orange. You don't have to have protein shakes after a workout. It is ideal to get protein in after your workout, but what is more important is your total daily protein intake. So don't stress out if you can't get a protein shake in right after your workout. As long as your protein is high during the day, that's what truly matters. Another snack that I have is a protein bar. So as you can see here, 14 grams of protein, 8 grams of fat, 24 grams of carbs. So like I said with the protein oats, some protein bars crash my blood sugar as well, and I think it's because the carbs are just too high. But the carbs are low. It's only 24 grams compared to like 40, 50, 60 grams of carbs in some of like the Clif protein bars. I cannot handle those, and it's only 220 calories. So this is a great snack just because it has the protein, it has the carbs, and it has a little bit of fat. It's got a little bit of everything in it. So I'll usually eat that and like a Gatorade in between a City Row workout and my own workout. So it's a really good like pre-workout snack. If your tummy is like grumbling before a workout, you should probably eat like a meal. But if you just need like a little pick-me-up, that is a great option. They also have another flavor that we like. This is the strawberry yogurt. It has the same amount of protein, but it has less fat in the strawberry yogurt one. They both taste really, really good. They don't have like that chalky taste that some protein bars have. Those are actually the best protein bars that I've ever tried. And they have different flavors too. They have like a dark chocolate almond that's really good. Another great protein-filled snack that I have is yogurt, granola, and fruit. This is the yogurt that we have. It has 0 grams of fat, it has 11 grams of carbs, 17 grams of protein. Huge protein source for, what is it, 3/4 of a cup. I don't usually eat a whole 3/4 of a cup, so my protein is a little bit less from this, but it's still a lot. And then I top it off with protein granola. So again, this granola is a carb source. It has mostly carbs. I don't know if you, yeah, maybe you can read it on there. It has 39 grams of carbs, 10 grams of protein, and 7 grams of fat. So again, kind of like the cheese, I just sprinkle it on there just enough to get a little crunch. Goes really well with like strawberries or blueberries or raspberries. Now I'll get into the meats. I eat tuna almost every day. I grew up eating tuna. We would always have like tuna sandwiches. So it kind of reminds me of like summertime at my grandma's. Feels very homey to me. I can never make them like my grandma did, and I don't really make a lot of tuna sandwiches. I will eat these with like a tablespoon of light mayonnaise and some crackers. That is a really fun snack. It's kind of like a dip. I will eat it as a tuna salad sandwich. Sometimes I eat it as a salad, like with veggies and tomatoes and cucumbers and lettuce and all that fun stuff. Or today I ate it as a wrap. So it was like a salad and a tortilla to get some extra carbs in after my workout. Really great option. They are high in protein, 30 grams of protein, 2 grams of fat, 3 grams of carbs. So you can flavor this, you can put buffalo sauce on them, or they have like flavored packets that you can buy that are really good too. I always have tuna on hand. And then for my dinners, I usually have one protein source. So chicken breast has less fat than chicken thighs. So it's important to keep that in mind. I will eat beef like once a week. I eat salmon once a week. I eat tilapia. That is a good lunch food for me. Dylan doesn't really like tilapia, so we don't do that for dinner unless he's in Alabama and I'm here in Iowa. And I always have that meat source with veggies and sometimes a carb, just depending on what my calories have been like for the day. And the type of protein that I have also depends on what I've had for the day. So if I have had like a fattier lunch, I'm not gonna eat beef for dinner because beef is a fatty protein, right? So just being smart, paying attention to your ingredient list, knowing what you're putting in your body is going to help you. Not every food that is labeled as a high protein food is a high protein food. There are granola bars that they sell at the store that say protein, high protein granola bars, and they have like 5 grams of protein in them. It's not very much for a protein food, right? So just be aware of what you're putting into your body. So having a diet that is high in protein is extremely important for general life. We need protein. It's important, especially when you are resistance training, because you're breaking your muscles down. You need the protein to rebuild the fibers that you have destroyed. You need the protein to build new fibers so that you can get stronger. And you need the protein to prevent muscle loss. You also need protein because it helps you feel full throughout the day. Protein is super important if you are in a calorie deficit, again, so that your body is using fat as fuel and it's not trying to break down your muscles and use that as fuel. So hopefully some of these foods will give you some ideas. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you like this video, if you want to see other videos like this. I appreciate you guys. You are working hard. Keep it up. Have a happy and healthy day.